Morning guys, what's up? Later today we've got the Fed talking and interest rate decisions, so I'm not sure if we're going to get a lot of movement at the open today, but we will see. Hop into Dow, fast, daily starting to make a push to the downside here. We haven't really made a push up either, so if it's just making this bottom wick and it starts backing off, then we're probably going to break the top and come test these highs up there. If not, then we're probably heading down for a little bit. Looking at the hourly, it was only just this support right there that we already are breaking below. So got 50 minutes left on this hour candle, and we already put in our high here. So I imagine we're going to continue to push to the downside here. We're going to look for sells towards the open in about 20 minutes. Lower time frames, we just kind of made that big push down. Now we're starting to reject a little bit, so that's a good sign here. We need to mark this low right there, and we need to not break that low until the open. As far as buys, there's really not much. There's really nothing that's gonna else to buy here this morning, at least. So that 5-minute candle just closed right there, so we're kind of in this little range. If we drop down to the 1 minute, you'll see it's just ranging within here. So we just need to break this low before we can take sells to continue to drop to the downside there. Nasdaq's actually pushing bullish here. We already put in our low and our high, so we'll see which way it continues to break. This Nasdaq looks like it's going to push to the upside, so see what happens there. And SPX is at a rejection area as well. It's been rejected here 4 times now, so see if it starts to turn around again. See if it turns around right here, because it's starting to make that lower wick. It hasn't made a top wick yet either, so this could just be that first bottom wick before it starts to flip. We're obviously going to be within this range on the lower time frames here, because it hasn't moved out of there still. So just ranging there. Once this high is broken, if it is, then we're probably going to come up and test this high up there. Similar to this low there. We're probably going to come down to these lower levels once that's broken, if it does break. DXY, let's go look at the daily real fast. DXY is so ugly. We need DXY to break out of this range. So it looks like it's starting to push down again. Who knows if it's going to ever break this though, because it's just been consolidating for like 2 weeks now. So if it does continue to push down, we need to come break this low down there. I'm not sure if we're going to, because it literally cannot break out of it. It's probably waiting for interest rate decisions today to break out of there, to be honest. So probably not going to see a breakout during this New York session until later at 12. And Fed starts talking. Go to Bitcoin. Okay, Bitcoin still in this range, right in the middle of it actually, so no clear direction on where it's going to go. It's probably going to head up top and retest these highs now because we just rejected down low. So imagine we're probably heading up for the day here. We just need to start breaking structure. So we're putting a little bullish structure here, but we really haven't broken any kind of structure. So we need this move to come break here and here so we can get some kind of channel going to the upside to come test that high again. GBPJPY. GJ starting to make a push down as well. You know, if we start breaking this low, we're really going to keep pushing down and come fill this wick. So it looks like we're going to continue bearish here on GJ. It's dropped down a little bit. We just need a break of structure. So once this low is broken here, you have a pretty decent break of this structure right here. So then we can look for some kind of sells to the downside within that range right there. But again, we need to wait for a break of that low. 15-minute chart, yeah, same thing. So once that low's broken, then we can look at taking something like this. If it comes and pushes down to here, so keep an eye on that there. EURUSD daily chart. EU daily chart, very bullish still. I don't know why anybody would want to sell this right now, just looking at it. You're coming up into this rejection area though, so we could start to back off and reject again. But I mean, looking at this daily structure, there's no reason to be selling this pair right now. Just straight bullish moves. There's not been a single sign of bearishness here. So daily candle's pretty big already, starting to push to the upside, so we'll see what happens within this zone. If we start rejecting, or if we come up and we test this high, we start breaking out of it, then I mean, probably gonna start making the next move up. If you look at the weekly, it's done nothing but just keep pushing up, so no reason for it to stop right now. You know, probably gonna reach 1.1 sometime in the next couple of weeks. Let me hop back to the 30 real fast just to check on it. Yep, we're still just chilling in this range. Good thing right there. Did I do GU yet? Okay, GU. Same thing here. GU is rejecting off this resistance area or support area right here. So potential to turn around and come back and test this high. We are just in a daily range right now. So we'll mark those high and the lows, drop down a little bit. You'll be able to see the range better. Just moving completely sideways now. So in order to, you know, decide where we're going to go, we need to break structure. So your structure points that need to break are right there and right there. So once we get a move to the upside, then we're breaking structure there. You can expect a move down and a continuation up. Similarly, if we break this low down there, you can expect some kind of drop down. We also break all this structure within there and make a move back up within this range and make another leg to the downside. So for now, you gotta wait for GU. There's no clear direction on there. Gold. Look at gold. Yeah, yesterday's candle closed pretty strong rejection wick, and it came and it tested this low down within there. So we'll see if this candle continues pushing straight up. or if we fill this wick a little bit more before pushing bullish, but it's looking like we're going to continue heading up for a little bit. Oops. We're going to continue heading up for a little bit. And it's already put in a relatively good low, so we could just continue to see this push to the upside there. Let's see what's going on here. So we had this push up here. This move up right here broke all the structure within there, so this might be a potential opportunity to, we already rejected off 618 there, so who knows, but if it does come deeper into these retracement levels, there might be an opportunity for you to take that long up in there. But again, we already rejected the 618 and made a move away from there, so who knows if it's going to come back into that zone. Let's hop back here. We've got 13 minutes until the open, and it looks like we're starting to push up a little bit here. See if we break that high. SPX is in that same similar kind of range right there. So we'll see what happens. XY is starting to push up. On the lower time frames, we need to start breaking structure to the upside for our US30 sells, because this is our kind of bearish structure we got going on here. But we've got this structure point there that we need to break. We got this structure point there we need to break, and here. So once this starts breaking those levels, then we're kind of shifting to a bullish perspective on the 1 minute time frame. And once we start shifting on the lower time frames, then the higher time frames can start to shift a little bit too. So expecting this to continue pushing up as long as we break this high right there. We might even make something like this. It might take a second, but could start seeing moves to the upside. Apple yesterday made a pretty strong move up and just kind of channeled upwards there. Tesla died off at the end, so could see another leg to the upside here potentially today, or crash down and start breaking structure to the downside there. Okay, let's hop back to the indices. Looks like we're breaking out right here. Looking at the 1 minute. We'll see if this just fakes out here or if it actually does make a move to the upside. This candle closes in 1 minute, so if it closes above this range, then you actually have a pretty decent opportunity. But again, your range is not very big, so see what happens here. Nasdaq's still pushing up, and SPX. So everything's on the same move right now. So we'll see if that continues on towards the opening. But right now everything's pushing up. This candle is going to close in 30 seconds. See if gold potentially turns around right here. What up, Alan? See if gold turns around right here. We're kind of creating this little channel to the upside right here. So we're in this rejection area. We'll see if we start to make that move to the downside where we're expecting another retracement to these levels. Or we could just keep pushing up and break these highs up there. So let's see. Okay, US30, hop back here for a sec. 5 minute candle just closed and it's rejecting it a little bit, so gotta stay out of it for now. We got 10 minutes until we can take our trade at the opening bell, so just kind of sitting on our hands and waiting till it shows us where we're gonna go. We'll try to hop in with it. DXY's rejecting a little bit, probably gonna flip bearish potentially here. Once this low's broken, look left. Once that low's broken, then we're probably heading down to, you know, 101 680 level, somewhere within here. So that's what we can expect if it is broken. Again, At the 1 minute, just kind of creating this channel downwards here, so could make a couple more and then break out of there. Who knows? Gold, it looks like it might be starting to push up. Yeah, rejection there, so we'll see if it flips around here. How big is this? Here to here. 9 pips, 9 points. Perfect. Okay. Nasdaq still pushing up strong. SPX actually closed out of the range. US30 is the only one that rejected it and closed in the range and is starting to drop now. So that's kind of what I expected. I expected US30 to drop today. Nasdaq had more room to the upside as well, so I was kind of expecting Nasdaq to push up. We'll see if they all eventually head the same direction. But I would not be surprised if in 8 minutes, if US30 drops out of here, we break that low and we continue pushing down to 3382 level-ish, somewhere 33800, somewhere within there. Let's mark this just in case. So if we drop out of that, probably gonna target somewhere within this level. DXY right there. See if, okay, we've rejected a couple times here, but it looks like we're starting to break out potentially, so we'll see. GU not doing anything, EURUSD is not doing anything, and GJ's not doing anything. So good there. US30 got a minute and a half until the close of this 5-minute candle. So if this closes back within that range, then we have a new set high where potential bias above the open. But I'm still expecting this to push bearish today. Looking at the daily candle, weekly candle's kind of in a doji right now, so you know it could go either way for real. But yeah, 1 minute left here on this candle. SPX is starting to reject and flip back within this range as well. We need the DXY to start pushing to the upside to help us out. Bitcoin looking like we're going to break this high up there. So after that high is broken, 23,161 is our next target. Alright, 40 seconds here, and it looks like all three of them are starting to reject and flip bearish. So 30 seconds till this candle closes for the final 5-minute candle before the New York Open, or we'll look for our entry. DXY starting to push bullish a little bit. We need to break out of here. There, we're coming up to test it, so we'll see if we get some more push there. That 5-minute candle just closed. How did that look? Really strong 5-minute candle here, so see if this is the next one. This next one potentially could come down a little bit, make a low within here. As long as we're respecting the previous lows there, we put on our low, then we flip bullish, then we're going to push up and come test this level up in there, and then potentially keep pushing up if we break through there. So it's normal for this first half of this candle to push down a little bit before it makes its move up, if it's gonna make a push to the upside. So see, we already put in our bottom wick, so we could be breaking up here. Previous 30-minute previous 30-minute US30 5-minute candle put in its low, but it didn't have any wick, so interesting there. This candle is putting in its high, so we'll see if we start to flip to a bearish candle here towards the opening, and we might start pushing down and close somewhere within here before the open. And as soon as that happens and the open comes and we start breaking the lows, that's a good sell opportunity to enter there and take that down. So we'll see here if we can get a nice close. We want it to close somewhere down within here so that we have a better stop loss placement up here. Nasdaq's dropping, SPX is dropping, everything's dropping, DXY is pushing up, so should be a good sign that we're going to continue drop here. As long as this breaks this up to the upside, US30 should continue dropping here. We just need this candle to start respecting the highs here and flip to be bearish. Okay, we're backing off. Looks like we're flipping bearish now. Gold's coming up to test that high. Uh, 2.5 minutes left until the open. So we're gonna do sells below 33,880. Yeah, so we're gonna enter sells if we do break below there. As soon as this low is broken, we can take a sell somewhere right there with our stop above whatever candle is currently open. So that's why we want this candle to make this push down and close somewhere within here, so the next candle when it opens, its stop is going to be relatively close and not clear up here. Yeah, making that move down. We just don't want to break this before the open. That's the only thing. We do not want to break it yet. We need to kind of wait a little bit before it breaks. It's looking like it's pushing pretty strong. Minute 20 seconds here. Things pushing down, and the DXY put in its low now. So we'll see if this flips bullish and starts breaking to the upside here. Minute left till the close. Yeah, if we can get this candle to close anywhere right in here, that'd be perfect, so that the next candle opens, we can just take sells to the downside once this low is broken right here. There we go, DXY broke out of there, so now we're kind of shifting structure on the 1 minute time frame. So hopefully we continue to push to the upside here. 5 minutes, got 30 seconds left on the close, so we'll see. And we're flipping bullish. So this is a high risk play because there's not a lot of room to the top side, but if this high is broken, then you could potentially look at taking sells or buys. I would just make sure you use lower risk here because this is a high risk play if you were to take a buy above there. 3 seconds here. And here's our opening candle right here. So we're making our move down first. See if it flips and breaks those highs up there. SPX and Nasdaq are dropping. The 30's chilling for a sec. Yeah, now we're starting to drop out. Wow, that was fast, so might not have been able to catch that. And the problem is, if you did, your stop would have been pretty big right there. So, I mean, your 1-to-1 is going to be right at that zone. So we'll see if that 101 hits there. It looks like NASDAQ's pushing up and SPX are both pushing up now. So US30, I expected NASDAQ to push up today, I was expecting US30 to drop. So there's TP1 there, and coming into that zone, we'll see if we reject within here. But I was definitely expecting sells here and buys on NASDAQ. So we'll see if this continues up or if it flips back bearish. DXY is pushing up, so that kind of helped fuel US30 there. So if you did take this TP1 right here, so close 7%, and move SL to entry. Yeah, risk-free trade now, so should be all good there. Looks like we're making a move up, back up, so we might come get tapped out at our entry right there. Where was my entry at? 33,894. My broker's a little different, so it's hard to tell. But yeah, pretty good move off the open there. So we did catch that, call it a day there. DXY is still pushing up, so I'm expecting these to continue to push down. Actually, NASDAQ's pushing up and SPX is pushing up. So both these are pushing to the upside. We'll see if US30 follows it or if US30 was the leader today, and if these guys are going to follow US30 and they're going to flip bearish for the rest of the day, because those are pretty good rejection wicks there. We just filled that up to the top side now, so pretty good rejection again. So if we start breaking these lows down here, probably going to make that move and follow what US30 just did to the downside. Looks like stop loss is going to get hit entry again. That sucks, but what can you do? 5-minute candle closes in 1 minute, so you can see on NASDAQ we made that fake move up. Now we're flipped back bearish, so we'll see how this candle closes. If it closes below this level, then we're probably going to expect some more pushes to the downside down into these levels right in there. So yeah, really nowhere to put a stop loss better than up there, because the 1 minute candle was so big as well. So the 1 minute candle stop loss would have been the same as the 5-minute candle. That's how fast it made that move up and then pushed back down. Okay, well, looks like DXY should continue pushing up a little bit for the rest of the day. Expecting US30 and everything to continue dropping. Looks like there's NASDAQ. NASDAQ's following, so coming down to test these levels down there. SPX just later, so good trade day though, so big move down. Okay, so there's our trade for today. Really it went 1 to 4-3. I think I closed most of it like right here. My numbers were a little different on my broker, so but yeah, that's gonna do it for me today. So careful in the markets, because there's the Fed's talking today and interest rate decisions, so careful with that. I think that's in 4 hours, or 3.5 hours, 4.5 hours, something like that. So but yeah, I will be back tomorrow, so see y'all at the same time tomorrow. Peace out.